In the first module of this course, we have established a basic understanding of what process mining is and how it works. Now is a good time to do a deep dive into event logs, which are the primary and core data source for conducting process mining. Event logs are digital records of activities or events in processes. As you remember from one of the first slides in this course, where I had this example of how basically process mining works, I mentioned that every time a user performs an activity in an IT system, this activity is most likely written into an event log. So event logs are captured by IT systems, and these are primarily enterprise resource planning systems, customer relationship management systems, or business process management systems. In summary, event logs can be viewed as capturing digital traces of IT system users. While there are only few standardized formats for event logs, they usually contain the following information. Event logs capture when the action was performed. They also usually captured who performed the action, and of course, they document the action that has been performed. And in most cases, they also document on which object or what the action was performed on. Later, we will see a lot of event log examples, but let me tell you, each line in an event log represents one event occurring within a process. So one line in an event log mostly equals to one event. These were general basics about event logs. Let's now consider the specifics of process mining. For process mining, several elements in an event log are required. If these do not exist, it becomes hardly possible to conduct process mining at all. The attribute that has to be contained in the event log is the so-called case ID. The case ID is a unique identifier for process instances. Process instances are the actual executions of a process. In modern IT systems, these cases are typically an order, a patient file, or a service request number. So you can imagine a case as an actual execution or instantiation of a process. For example, if you are an insurance company, you have a claims process. But this claims process happens thousands of times over a month. The next attribute that needs to be contained in an event log, or that should be contained in the event log, is the activity. The activity describes the name of the action or step that is performed in the process. Exemplary activity names are, for example, place order or check invoice. We will see a lot of more activity names later throughout the hands-on exercises. The third typical attribute for process mining is the timestamp. The timestamp defines the date and time of the activity, and the timestamp is also used for putting the process steps in the correct order. With the help of timestamps, by calculating the difference between timestamps, it becomes possible to calculate the duration and performance of complete processes or single steps. Finally, there is also the resource attribute. While resource attributes are optional, they are highly effective for improving processes. as the resource attribute typically refer to persons or systems that are performing the activity. By this, it becomes possible to analyze resource allocation and improve the process performance.